Welcome to the presentation of the topic, the four elements, in the Elemental Film Festival. The topic is about the use of earth, air, water and fire, which have been considered for a long time to be the elements that constitute the world. The festival gathers 11 films that use the elements to symbolize many aspects, such as characters' attributes or environmental issues. The first movie is Apocalypse Now, and it's about the War of Vietnam, but it's also considered to be a battle between the four elements. The main character is linked to fire, like napalm, and air, and they represent the American superiority. However, he switches to the side of water and earth, which is the side of the native Vietnamese. And we can see that in the last scene where he comes out of the water covered in mud. Interstellar also uses the four elements. Here the planet Earth is very degraded, so they have to travel across the space to find another planet to live. But then the elements serve as punishment to the humans. For instance, one of the crew members dies due to water in a giant wave, another one dies with the air, another one is killed in an explosion, and this one, Edmund, is not dead, but she's lost in a rocky planet. The next movie is The Fifth Element, and as the title implies, the four elements are very important. They have to activate a magic stones using the elements. So they blow to the air stone, they use a match to create fire, they throw sand to the earth stone, and they spill water to the water stone. And combined with love, these four stones give much power to the fifth element, which is a magic woman in the middle. Mother, it's about a woman who lives in a house with her husband, and the woman symbolizes nature, the husband God, and the house would be the planet. They start receiving visitors, humans, and they treat the woman very badly. They destroy the nature until she can't hold it anymore.
I gave you everything!
So in the end she explodes, setting the whole planet on fire, symbolizing the apocalypse. The Day After Tomorrow also uses the elements as expressions of a degenerated Earth. For instance, they use air to create tornadoes that symbolize destruction, and they use as well water, as we can see in this scene where a giant wave floods the whole city of New York. The next film is 127 Hours. It's about a hitchhiker who gets trapped by a rock. So the main element is earth, and it symbolizes stability and the strength among the humans.
This rock has been waiting for me my entire life.
Water is also used to represent his hope when he hallucinates that escapes, and in the final scene. The next film is The Thin Red Line, a war movie where the elements are very important as well. For instance, fire is used as a representation of war and destruction, but also other elements like earth and air are present in the movie. Especially water, which is used in contrast to the fire to represent the peace before and after the war. Think to represent its two main characters. Barton, the screenwriter, is related to water, as we can see him escaping the reality through a picture of the beach. This escape becomes real in the end of the movie. His neighbor, Charlie, represents fire, because as his temperament grows, the heat increases, until he explodes, representing his volatility and instability. The shape of water, as the name implies, has water as an important element. The story is about a creature who is locked in a research center, but one of the workers gains affection to him. The water is used to represent the power of love and feelings among the appearance and the material things. We can see that in the final scene and also as raindrops sliding on a window. The next movie, Stalker, uses the elements like fire and wind to represent familiarity and movement, but it especially uses water. When the water is still, as we can see, it represents death and desperation. Nevertheless, when the water is moving, that can be interpreted as hope and a feeling of realization. The elements are also used in the last movie, A Portrait of a Lady on Fire, a story of a painter who has to make a portrait of a lady and they both fall in love. Fire is used to depict this passion, but also a forbidden feeling between both women. Other elements, like earth and wind, are also used, but especially water, as an opposite element to the fire.
Alors, vous savez nager? Je sais toujours pas si je sais.
To conclude, we can see that all the films are connected by the four elements, using them in different ways and symbolizing different meanings. Thank you for watching.